Hello Virgo, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. Virgo, how you doing? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for clicking here. I've got these oracles. We're going to look at this for the overall feel for next week, and then we're going to throw some tarot at it. Thanks so much for stopping in here. I appreciate you. And Virgo, if you're brand new, welcome. We have a beautiful Virgo tribe here. If you'd like to stay, I hope you'll hit the subscription button. For those of you coming back, if you're always back, thanks so much for doing that. I appreciate you. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about how to get a private read if you're interested in that. Also, there will be an extended, so how to find the extended, I'll tell you about that as well. Let's talk about you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Virgo. We've got choosing your path. All is possible. I feel like you're contemplating something here, Virgo. It's like you're at the top of the mountain, looking down, trying to figure out what it is that is going to be your next adventure, your next path. So it feels like there is some sort of reasoning going on here with you. It feels like you're in this abundant energy, though. The cowrie shell is here. It says abundance. Card number 25, it's a 7. I'm going to say the universe approves. For me, 7s are heaven, and heaven is, for me, that's like divine intervention or someone looking in on you from the heavens. The cowrie shells were used as money in some, and still is actually used as trade in some African tribes. And so I feel like you have enough money, or there is some sort of abundance that's coming at you here. This, to me, in this deck is kind of like the Ten of Pentacles. It feels like whatever path you're taking, whatever thing you're choosing is going to be the right thing or the abundant thing for you. One more card. All right. Perseverance. So all you have to do is stay on the path and stay steady. It says, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. I feel like your third eye is opening here, and you are going to start seeing things with great clarity. And maybe you're a person whose third eye is already open, but maybe I'm talking to somebody, because the deep violet, this color is the color of the third eye, but this is like sort of getting there. So it feels like you're opening your heart. The green is here, the pink is here, getting downloads, right? That's crown chakra pink, green is the heart. I feel like your heart is opening, slowly opening to a new path, or to do something new here. All right. So we've got infinite abundance. I feel like whatever decision you make is going to work out really good in the future. It says abundance is pouring into your life. And look at all the people there. It feels like there's a lot of support, a lot of people around you that are willing to help you reach your goal. But look at this, answering the call. It's up to you. The time is now. So I feel like it's up to you. First, you have to answer the call and step through the gateway, or enter onto the path. You have to take the action. And I feel like nothing happens if you don't take the action. We have the yin and the yang. So make sure that you are in balance. Card number 4 tells me stability. So make sure that you are in balance at your time in this time in your life. However, I do believe that choosing your path is what puts you into balance for some of you. We do have a relationship. So for some of you, this could be what you're wanting to do here, choosing your path. Maybe it's time for you to get back out there and date, or maybe there's a certain person that you are really interested in, Virgo, that it's time for you to sort of take it to the next level here. Look, we have the purple here, and it's getting a little more intense here, right? Third eye is always opening slowly. It says, I'm attracted to the people who serve my higher good. And so it tells me that you are attracting the people that are the best for you. This relationship card could be platonic or romantic, could be a business relationship, could be a friendship, but it also could be love. So I feel like I'm going to say, hang in there. Hang on, hold on. You know you like things to move slow. You know that you need all the details first. And I feel like something really abundant that the universe is blessing you with is about to show up, but you've got to take the step first. You've got to answer the call, right? Answering the call is like the judgment card. You've got to answer the call. So, if you're waiting for the phone call and it comes in and you don't pick it up, you don't get any of the information, right? All right, I got a new deck, and so it's new deck alert day. We've got the Marchetti Tarot. It's so beautiful. I love Marchetti and the illustrations, and I'll share some of these. Look at that beautiful card. I'll share some of these depictions with you here as we look over tarot and get you some details about what's going on. Tell me about Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I feel like it's something that you've been wanting to do here, choosing your path. Maybe you haven't done it yet because you're the one who's sort of looking over all the possibilities, right? You're looking over all the possibilities and being careful about whatever it is that you want to do. Tell me about all is possible. So anything you want, you can have. The universe is going to bless you with it, but you've just got to choose the path, which means you've got to answer the call. Tell me about this. We've got the Six of Wands. You will be victorious, friend. Feels like you will have some victory here, but I feel like the reason you might be hesitating is because whatever you want to do may put you in the path of the spotlight. So the Six of Wands is here, and this is usually a place where everybody's getting attention, right? You get a lot of attention, and so it does feel like it is exciting, but I feel like you are trying to find the best path, choosing your path, because I don't know that you like all this attention. We'll talk about that again. We talk about the cowrie shell, and the Ten of Swords comes up. So it does feel like that before the blessing comes in requires the release. And so the Ten of Swords, a lot of people stay in the Nine of Swords, because that's a place of comfort, right? It's the comfort zone. We all worry. All of us worry, but actually making a decision to end that cycle of worry, that means you must release the thought pattern, or you must release whatever it is that is bothering you. It could be a person, it could be a relationship, could be a way of life or a thought pattern, but it feels like the blessings are just waiting for you to make your way to the 10 swords. But the 10 swords is a place of pain, right? It can be very painful to be in the 10 of swords. And you have to really deal with it finally, look it in the face, right? And so that can be kind of hard. So I feel like that might be the only obstacle here for you. And that might be why you need to persevere, because you can't do this until you're ready. Because the 10 of swords can be a really brutal place of burnout, hitting rock bottom. It could be the end of something or the release of something, and it can be pretty hard. But look, there's beauty and abundance coming here. We've got the 8 of Cups. So it's moving away from whatever it is slowly. I'm going to say it can't be quick or fast. It's got to be slowly. And because you're Virgo, you're an earth sign, right? But nonetheless, the 8 of Cups is here, and water is always passive energy. And so it tells me that the letting go is got to be a slow process. But please continue to persevere. Continue to persevere with this letting go phase that you're in, because I think it takes you a long time to let something go until you're really sure. You plan it really well and you reassess it along the way, and is this something I really want in my life? And then when you let it go, you're done. You don't go back. We do have the 8 of Pentacles here. It's going to take a lot of hard work. All right, let's clarify just a little bit. Let's find out what's going on here for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I think the excitement of everything that is possible is what has got you just sort of standing here in a little bit of analysis paralysis, because I feel like sometimes you're so hyper aware of the self, for sure, and so highly critical of you that sometimes it's hard to make the decision to just pick a path, because you can see that there is one path here and many obstacles in the way. So I feel like you're thinking about all the things that could go wrong. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Well, you can't fight the wheel, friend. We've got the Ace of Wands, okay, and we've got the 9 of Wands. Bottom of the deck is Judgment. Well, didn't we already talk about that, right? You've got to answer the call. Yes, and the universe is giving you this energy of, look, it's here. It's looking you in the face. It's standing here. But if you don't open the door, if you don't go through the gate, there's just no way that you can have it. If you go through this analysis paralysis of standing on the edge here, waiting to take the path, it's never going to happen. So look, the Wheel of Fortune is here. I don't think that you're going to be able to fight this much longer. I feel like there is something new that's coming up, a new cycle, a new path. We did have a new moon on the 24th of July, which wasn't that long ago. And I feel like there is, what's the date today? 31st already. So it wasn't that long ago. And I feel like there is a time and a place for it all. And I feel like you're about to take some sort of a leap into a really exciting time in your life, but you're being very careful about it because I feel like you've been hurt before or you're feeling really exhausted. It feels like you're in this place of approaching burnout and you're not really sure if you have enough energy to keep moving into the future or to enough energy to put into this new path that you're looking at. We do have the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Wands. And so it makes me feel like first there is something for you to drop, right? There is something that I feel like maybe you have to hit rock bottom in order to be able to realize, you roll over on your back and look at the stars and say, okay, I give. It's time for me to go on this new path. I'm just going to say with the Ten of Wands here and the Wheel of Fortune, you're never going to be able to fight the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune's not really waiting for you. It is your destiny. You must go out on the new path. And I feel like this new cycle is already here because the Wheel of Fortune is a 10. It breaks down to a 1. It's a new cycle for you and it's destiny. Life has to expand. If the snake stays in the skin, it dies, right? Like it's like you need to shed an old skin and move forward here, but it's not going to be easy. It feels like it's going to be hard because it feels as though it's this is a familiar path for you, or maybe you've come to this point where you've looked over at all, from a higher point in your life, you've looked over at all the obstacles and said, no, I don't know if I want to do this. I'm not ready for all of those obstacles. Well, the universe is pushing you off the edge. So I really think that this is the time that you're going to do it. You've got to answer the call. And look, the universe is saying it's now, like destiny is here already. So in the week ahead, I believe your destined time is here. It feels like you will be answering the call. We've got the Judgment card twice here, right? So let's talk about this Ten of Swords here. I feel like for some of you, you have to unload or release because the Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords, coming to the ends of cycles, you have to release some money burdens, some financial burden, I think and it might be something that you have been putting on the back burner or not wanting to face, but when we put things on the back burner, that's when the Tower shows up, right? So I feel like it could be in the middle of the week that you're dealing with financial burdens or things that are now weighing down on you that you've been carrying around for a while that's been exhausting, and I feel like it's time to release some things or let some things go here. Face the pain that is here. And we got the Moon energy here. Things are not as they seem. We've got the Seven of Wands and the King of Cups. So the Ace of Pentacles is here. It does feel like with the Moon energy here is that things are not as they seem. And then we have the Seven of Wands here. And I think that it feels like I'm supposed to tell you that this is an easier fix than you think it is. So for those of you who this part of the reading might resonate with you, it's an easier fix than you think it is. You just need to go at it slow and you really need to dig deep because it's time for you to kind of look at your fears in the mirror. It's time for you to face the fear. The Moon energy can be dark and so therefore it can be a little bit scary. And some people find that diving in deep is where the frightening things are because it can be really dark down there, right? It's dark down deep as you get down into the ocean, it gets darker and darker, and that's where the scary things can be. So I feel like the Ten of Swords is telling me that you have to release your fear of what needs to be worked on in the Moon energy, and I feel for some of you it could be a financial burden. The King of Cups is here. And I feel like although you might be in some sort of turmoil or feeling like there are all kinds of blockades or obstructions, I'm going to say, to whatever it is that's stopping you from choosing your path, I feel like the King of Cups tells me that you're not only taking it in stride, but I think that while the waves are crashing around you, that you're sort of keeping your stability and not letting anybody see that it's bothering you. So I feel like that under the surface here is where all the scary things are, but I think it's time for you to face it and let it go. We've got Perseverance. It says, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. And the truth is that you can. You're a Virgo. I mean, I never met a Virgo who couldn't do whatever they wanted to do unless they got rid of the obstacles. It's the obstacles that get in your way. I really think the biggest obstacle, no matter what this is, no matter whether it is you want to a new side hustle. Maybe you want to quit your job and start a business. Whatever it is, I feel like it's destined for you to do that. But I also feel that the obstacle is you. You need to get out of your own way. And when you get out of your own way, when you stop judging yourself, Virgo, and you get out of your own way, I feel like things are going to work out for you. That's when all these beautiful blessings and abundance start pouring in for you. Tell me about the 8 of Cups, please, and perseverance. It feels to me like, I feel like you're on the right path already. I feel like you keep going to the edge here. You keep looking over the edge. You see the obstacles, and then you walk away again. Then you come back to the edge. That's what it feels like. You keep checking in on it to see if the obstacles have gotten any smaller. And although I don't think they're going to get any smaller, I think that you're making baby steps. I think you're making small steps, and I think that's what the 8 of Cups is. It's like, it's not the 8 of Swords. It's not the 8 of Wands. It's not like we're not doing it all right now. It's like taking your time and moving away from it and doing it with, I'm going to say mindful, because this is Pisces, doing it in a mindful way, slowly pulling yourself away from the debt, slowly pulling yourself away from all of the overthinking or the obstacles that you've created in the mind. Tell me about the 8 of Cups. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, there you are, and we've got, it's all about doing it slow, right? That's what I was saying. It's all about doing it slow until you get to the place where you're comfortable enough to finally make the last cut. And we haven't seen the Death card, so I feel like you're sort of in transition right now. You're in transition to making things a little easier or better here. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, and so I feel like for some of you, it is pulling away from the material world is what it feels like. For some of you, I think whatever you own is owning you. You might be house poor. You might live in a huge house that you can barely pay the payments on. You might be driving around this beautiful car that you can barely pay the payments on. It feels like somebody here needs to get things in order, because that's really what the Pentacles are about. Getting stable, getting orderly, cleaning out closets, cleaning out financial disaster. And it feels like there is this energy here right in the middle of the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is your energy, and it's like we have to really look at it slowly, pull away slowly, get things in order slowly. I have to go over the analytics slowly, and I feel like there is a brand new pentacle here that you do want to plant, but it feels like other things need to be taken care of. So that's why I think that you keep going to the edge and looking and coming back, and going to the edge and looking and coming back, because it feels like there is something that you want to invest in, but it feels like right now it's a bit of a cluster fuck of things that are going on probably in your life, and it's in your material world. Or it's in life in general, house, home, job, like maybe it's all of it, right? It feels like there's good news coming, I'm going to say, and exciting news coming. Oh, look, the 10 of Pentacles. So it feels like there is going to be some sort of a windfall coming for you, or something that is going to alleviate or make it easier for you to plan for the future here. I'm going to put down 3 cards. We're going to go into the extended here. Virgo, if you're interested in the extended, please look in the pinned comment. In the pinned comment, you will see a few things. You'll see a link to the purchase of just this extended if you would like to purchase the extended. Otherwise, you can come into the membership area if you're interested in being a member, and please go to the pinned comment to get those links for those 2 things. Also, I do have private readings, and I'm doing pre-recorded readings, but I'm also doing live readings. So pre-recorded readings, you can book at any time. Please look at my packages by following the link to Hypsee, and also check my schedule, because I can connect with you live over a call if you'd like to do that. If you're interested in that, just check my schedule there, and I'm always updating my schedule, trying to accommodate all different time zones, so I'm always changing my schedule. You will get a discount just merely for booking it in advance, and you will get between 5 and 75% off of whatever reading you choose. So, and by the way, in those readings that we do that are live, I just cram as much information as you need to ask me. We will cram into a call. So as many questions as you have, but that's only for the live calls. Okay. So we look at the 7 of Pentacles, we have the 5 of Pentacles, and we have the Hanged Man. I think this might be one of the obstacles you're looking at, going really slowly here, thinking about things, holding back, or looking at, I feel like you want to make change, because there is a butterfly here, but there also is a bee. I think that you're using work or putting other things in front of whatever it is that you want to choose the path. And it feels like this is holding back. possibly, or waiting. I've got the Five of Pentacles because you don't want to be in lack. You might be going through financial hardship at this time. It feels like that. It feels like it's going to require some sacrifice. Maybe you might have to sell the house or sell the car or sell some things that, you know, that you're making payments on. It feels like the Hanged Man tells me perspective and sacrifice. So it's like you're holding back or in a pause because I've got to look at things, figure them out, and decide what I'm going to do next. We're going to go into the extended and talk about all of that. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Coins. You are building a foundation to choosing your path. I'm going to leave that right there. I'll be back because I'm always back, Virgo. And if I see you in the extended, then I will see you there. And if not, I'll be back. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.